We're talking about those nationally ranked wrestlers in Wisconsin. Another one right here, but we don't sleep on Kalyn Jahn. He has been right there for many years in this state tournament. Otto and Jahn, a match that figures to have fireworks here, guys, in Division I at 170 pounds.
Yeah, Jahn finishing runner-up a year ago to Parker Keckies, and we'll see the next match at 182 pounds. But Joe, you were mentioning earlier just racking up so many points in a tournament. And if you look at Otto's so far, he scored 20 points in the semis, he scored 21 the round before and 15, so he's got 56 points, I believe, so far, and he still has a match to go.
It's pretty impressive to go. Josh Otto, again, spending most of the season ranked somewhere in the top 20 in the national rankings from Heartland Arrowhead. Kalyn Jahn, talk about you're a fan, Shane Sparks, the stories as there's Otto in on the shot. I know it's not the state tournament, but a lot of people think the bi-state's the state tournament in the middle of the season. I had a chance to call the finals on that one. Kalyn Jahn, runner-up at the Bison as a freshman, sophomore, and a junior. Who do you think they were rooting for Saturday night at the lacrosse center where they had the last match of the evening, and Kalyn Jahn finally got the job done and won a bi-state title as a senior?
Otto's going to wrestle out Wisconsin for Coach Bono in the Big Ten.
Really, how about the embarrassment of riches for head coach Jeremy Miller? Two nationally ranked wrestlers on his roster here tonight. Here's our first look at Division II or Division III. Trevor Dennee of Stratford. They've had a big night trying to add to their total. And Hunter Grimm of Pittsville. It's just working that four-time theme. Matt, exactly. Why would you not have a Pittsville wrestler in the state finals chain on a night where we crown a four-time state champion?
Matt, one of my all-time favorites. That classic battle with him and Chad Zapital in Madison, 1992 Big Ten Finals. Four-time All-American for Wisconsin.
Everybody's got their favorites, but a lot of people, Shane, have a soft spot in their heart for Matt Hanuki. I didn't think you'd ever see it in your lifetime. I don't think many people ever thought you'd see a four-time state champ with how it was set up back in the day. Freshmen and sophomores very, very rarely wrestled varsity. For Hanuki to be the first to do it, pretty special accomplishment back in 1990 when he finally got number 4.
Matt Hanuki's cousin is Steve Heinzel, who's the head coach at Oshkosh Lures. So a couple years back, there was a function at Oshkosh Lures. I live in Oshkosh. I went to it, met Matt. Wanted to talk to him. He was a hammer.
It is Dennee taking the 4-2 lead. We'll swing over, get our first look at Division II. Reece Worachek, a very familiar name, the Worachek family here in WIAA State Tournament. Chase Melton of Spooner, 42-2 senior. 0-1 were two of the top-ranked wrestlers. Just luck of the draw, happen to file in on opposite sides of the brackets, guys, and they meet in the finals. And I was telling Eddie before, Shay, no disrespect to all the teams next week at the field house, but it just didn't seem right when we revealed the brackets this morning. And I didn't announce Luxemburg-Casco was one of the 16 teams. I couldn't believe it.
It's like the year that Duke didn't make the NCAA tournament basketball.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with Duke not making it.
Talking about the coaches theme, son, Andrew Melton, the longtime president of the Wisconsin Wrestling Coaches Association. Good to see the legacy here with Chase Melton wrestling for a state title in Division II. There you see Andrew on the left, great ambassador for the sport of wrestling, many years running the Coaches Association.
Yeah, I got 0-0 match here so far, no points scored.
Worachek again quickly to his feet. There's a stall call now.
Yeah, you can only try to throw in that leg when they stand up so many times before you're going to get dinged for stalling there. So he might want to consider going to a different ride here because if it keeps happening, he's going to keep getting called.
And he's got to be careful here because the last thing he wants is to get hit for stalling again, which would be a point, and then give an escape. So this might not be the worst case scenario for him right there with Worachek getting an escape.
There's a lot of situations like that where if someone stands up and you're not able to return him right away, I think it's just smarter to let him go instead of, I think a great example was Jackson Hiemauer versus Jared Kradiger a couple of years ago in the semis.
Yes.
And he waited just too long to cut him. So
about half a second.
He got the stalling call, then got the escape, and ended up being the difference in the match.
Jackson Hiemauer having a good season at Fresno State with Coach Steiner.
Yep.
And Jared Kradiger, junior redshirt here at Wisconsin. So guys that have taken their level, or their wrestling to the next level. Otto, by the way, has taken the lead to the next level. He now leads 5-2 over Jahn. It is Worachek 3-0 over Melton. And Dennee, a big lead over Hunter Grimm in Division 3, 9-3.
Really good takedown there by Worachek, timed it perfectly, and now 3-0 after a scoreless first period. And urgency on bottom, get away, get to the legs. 3-0. You have 33 seconds left. Again, the battles within the battle. Big situation right here in this match.
Yeah, Otto doing a really fantastic job of finishing once he's able to get to the leg. And that's a really big point of emphasis that I try to use as a coach is that when you get a leg, you need to get it takedown. So, I know the kids, a lot of them are very good at scrambling, but these guys that are able to finish when they're able to get it on the legs, that's a huge important part of it.
And that's where freestyle's so important.
And we'll no doubt see a lot of these guys coming up in May at the freestyle Greco stage. Go back to the bi-stage show, you get a plug for that turn. Looking at these 3 mats, 3 of these guys wrestled each other at the bi-state. Trevor Dennee's only loss of the year came in the finals of the bi-state. Worachek lost in the semis, so you have 3 potential state champs in the 3 divisions, yet 2 of them couldn't win the bi-state. It goes to show you the depth of that tournament.
That is one of my favorite weeks with bi-state, Northern Badger, Northern Exposure, Oshkosh on the water. That's a fun week, that week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, my alma mater, Stoughton, actually making an appearance at bi-state this year due to some weather restrictions. They weren't able to make it out to Fargo, but yeah, I kind of wish I would have known that was going to be the case. I might have stayed for an extra week.
And right around that time of year, the Badgers State Invite against Stoughton hosts great tournament.
Well, the closest match right now is 1 and 3 are getting a little bit long in the lead category. A close one here, though, with Worachek and Melton. Up until Worachek just picked up another takedown there, so it goes from 3-1 to 5-1, guys. Worachek of Casco, and now with the cheap tilt. That's where you love that move, so effective. All you need is just a quick 2 seconds of exposure. Very heady wrestling there by Reece Worachek. Knew he probably didn't, Shane, have more than 2 seconds worth of a tilt on that 2-on-1, and that's all he needed was 2 seconds, and he got it.
That top game was a game changer. Near fall scoring, 2 points, 3 points, of course, in high school. It's changed the game in college with that 4-point near fall. Can rack them up quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, you know, they're not necessarily dominant pinners, but they have a lot of moves on top. Like you say, just get a quick 2 count, and that can be just as important. So.
Well, unfortunately for Bryce Boston, he came up short in bid number 4. Still a great career with 3. But boy, Shane, how many great champions have worn that Luxemburg-Casco singlet over the years here in this building and going back to the field house before that.
So much tradition in Luxemburg-Casco.
Reece Worachek would love to put his name on the wall of the Casco wrestling room. Luxemburg-Casco, by the way, at 39, so this would be a historic milestone win here. This would be state title number 40 for the program of Luxemburg-Casco.
Yeah, get a little scrappy there in Division 2. They're kind of going at each other a little bit. I like the fire in the 3rd period.
Think about Worachek, just a junior, so you don't often rebuild in Luxemburg-Casco. That's a reload. Coming up just an eyelash short of the team sectional to get to team state. But I would think Coach Tremmel is going to have Casco right back in the mix in D2 in 2020.
Got 20 seconds left here. He's got the comfortable 5-point lead, so it looks like Worachek's going to be able to hang on there at Division 2. Otto with a comfortable lead over there at Division 1, 11-5.
If you look at Shane, the Knights of Otto and O'Toole specifically, Kalyn, Jahn, and Luke Beckler, their opponents, you could put those guys up against any state's best, and don't let the score fool you. That just shows you how good of a wrestler Josh Otto is. I watched Kalyn Jahn at the bi-state. It was as impressed as been with anyone in the building over the 3 days. Josh Otto will put up 11 points on Kalyn Jahn. This is something special.
That's a really good point. It really puts into perspective how good these guys are.
Yeah, Otto's only loss coming in the finals of the Cheesehead tournament by a point to, I think, a guy from Iowa.
Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk, yeah, nationally ranked program originally. So, it's had an excellent season.
Let me see here. We got Barnett. We got Otto. Looking good for the future Badgers. Shane Sparks here tonight as Josh Otto is on his way about 2 miles down the road here to wrestle at the next level for the Badgers.
The big leagues.
Throwing up the W after the victory.
We saw Barnett do the same thing. It's good to be a Badger here tonight at the Call Center in Madison. We're coming back. More wrestling around the corner.